Right, welcome back everybody. We are here today in First Chronicles. We're going to be reading through the whole entire book of First Chronicles today. We've got our work cut out for us. I believe First Chronicles is something like 29 chapters. So it's a long one. We're here for the long haul here. I don't remember that much about First Chronicles, to be honest. I feel like it has a lot in common with maybe the Kings. Or else that's Second Chronicles. I don't know. One of these books is sort of a parallel of one of the books of the Kings. But I can't remember which one and where it becomes that. These are kind of said to be some of the hardest books of the Bible to read. I guess there's a lot of lists here. And as we're looking here at chapter 1, just by looking at it, we can see there's a lot of genealogies here, at least in chapter 1. We'll see how that progresses further into the first book of Chronicles. And we're going to make some good headway today. From now onwards, I think we're basically going to be reading at least a book or a book and a half every day, pretty much, going forward. And that includes even some of the really long books. With doing this challenge and it being an AI run by AI as far as, our plan, it turns out a lot of this is quite imbalanced and, we were given a lot of easy days here at first, but things are going to start picking up here where, we might have to spend a good 4 hours sitting down and reading. Of course, the drill. Things get busy, life happens. We're going to try to complete this in 30 days. But if need be, there might be a few edits and cuts where I've got to do maybe an hour or two in the morning and then an hour or two later on, just so that we can complete it in a reasonable period without my sleep suffering or my work suffering. So without further ado, let me get my water here, make sure we're all set and ready to go. And let's begin. So we're here in 1 Chronicles chapter 1. It looks like we're going back to sort of a genealogy we visited before in Genesis. I'm recognizing a bunch of these names here. So without further ado, let's begin. Adam, Seth, Enos, Canaan, Malaleel, Jared, Henoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, Tubal, Mosok, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, in Thogorma. And the sons of Javan, Elisa, and Tarsis, Kethim, and Donanim. The sons of Ham, Cush, and Mesrai, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Sabah, Havilah, Sabatha, and Regma, and Sabathaka. And the sons of Regma, Sabah, and Dadan. Now Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be mighty upon the earth. But Mesraim begot Ludim, and Anamim, and Labim, and Nephtuim, and Phetrusim also, and Casluim, from whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and the Hethite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgazite, and the Hivite, and the Arakite, and the Sinite, and the Aradian, and the Samorite, and the Hamathite, and the sons of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and Hus, and Hul, and Gether, and Mosak. And Arphaxad begat Saleh, and Salah begot Heber, and to Heber were born 2 sons. The name of the one was Phaleg, because in his days the earth was divided, and the name of his brother was Jektan. And Jektan begat Emlodad, and Saleph, and Asarmoth, and Jara, and Adoram, and Usal, and Dekla, and Habal, and Abimael, and Abimael, and Sabah, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these are the sons of Jektan. Shem, Arphaxad, Salah, Heber, Phaleg, Ragau, Serug, Nahor, Thara, Abram, this is Abraham. And the sons of Abraham, Isaac and Ishmael. And these are the generations of them, the firstborn of Ishmael, Nabahoth, then Sedar, and Adbil, and Mabsam, and Mazma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadad, and Thema, Jetur, Naphis, Sedma. These are the sons of Ishmael. And the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, whom she bore, Zemran, Jeksan, Madan, Midian, Jespok, and Sua. And the sons of Jeksan, Sabah, and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan, Asurim, and Latusim, and Laumim. And the sons of Madian, Ephah, and Epher, and Henok, and Abida, and Elda. All these are the sons of Seturah. And Abraham begot Isaac. And his sons were Esau and Israel. The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Rahuel, Jehus, Ehelom, and Korah. And the sons of Eliphaz, Teman, Omar, Sephi, Gathan, Kenez, and by Thamana, Amalek. And the sons of Rahuel, Nahath, Zara, Sama, Meza. The sons of Seir, Lotan, Sobal, Sebin, Ana, Dison, Eser, Disan. The sons of Lotan, Hori, Homam. And the sister of Lotan was Thamna. The sons of Sobal, Alian, and Manahath, and Ebal, Sethi, and Onam. The sons of Sebeon, Aiah, and Anna. The sons of Anna, Dison. The sons of Dison, Hamram, and Eseban, and Jethran, and Karan. The sons of Eser, Balan, and Zavan, and Jakan. The sons of Disan, Hus, and Aran. Now these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom, before there was a king over the children of Israel. Bala, the son of Beer, and the name of his city was Dinaba. And Bala died, and Jobab the son of Zara of Bosra reigned in his stead. And when Jobab also was dead, Husam of the land of the Themanites reigned in his stead. And Husam also died, and Hadad the son of Badad reigned in his stead. And he defeated the Midianites in the land of Moab. And the name of his city was Avith. And when Hadad also was dead, Semla of Masrekah reigned in his stead. Semla also died, and Saul of Rehoboth, which is near the river, reigned in his stead. And when Saul was dead, Balanan the son of Achbor reigned in his stead. He also died, and Hadad reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Phau, and his wife was called Metabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mazab. And after the death of Hadad, there began to be dukes in Edom instead of kings. Duke Thamna, Duke Alva, Duke Jetheth, Duke Ulibama, Duke Elah, Duke Thinon, Duke Kenez, Duke Theman, Duke Mabzar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Hiram. These are the dukes of Edom. And these are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. The sons of Judah, Her, Onan, and Selah. These three were born to him of the Canaanitess, the daughter of Suah. And Her, the firstborn of Judah, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and he slew him. And Tamar, his daughter-in-law, bore him Pharas and Zara. So all the sons of Judah were 5. And the sons of Phares were Hezron and Hamul. The sons also of Zara, Zamri and Ethan, and Aman, and Kalkal, and Dara, 5 in all. The sons of Karmi, Akar, who troubled Israel and sinned by the theft of the anathema. The sons of Ethan, Azarias, and the sons of Hesron that were born to him, Jeramiel, and Ram, and Kalubi. And Ram begat Aminadab, and Aminadab begat Nahasson, prince of the children of Judah. And Nahasson begot Salma, the father of Boot. And Boot begot Obed, and Obed begat Isai. And Isai begot Eliab, his firstborn. The second, Abinadab. The third, Sema. The fourth, Nathaniel. the 5th Radai, the 6th Asom, and the 7th David. And their sisters were Sarvia and Abigail. The sons of Sarvia, Abisai, Joab, and Asiel, 3. And Abigail bore Amasa, whose father was Jether the Ishmaelite. And Caleb, the son of Hezron, took a wife named Azubah, of whom he had Jerioth, and her sons were Jaser and Sobab and Ardon. And when Azubah was dead, Caleb took to wife Ephrata, who bore him Hur, and Hur begat Uri, and Uri begat Bezaleel. And afterwards Hezron went in to the daughter of Machir, the father of Galad, and took her to wife when he was 80 years old. And she bore him Segub, and Segub begot Jair, and he had 23 cities in the land of Galad. And he took Geser, and Aram, the towns of Jair, and Canath, the villages thereof, 80 cities. All these the sons of Machir, father of Galad. And when Hezron was dead, Caleb went into Ephrata. Hezron also had to wife Abia, who bore him Asher, the father of Tekoa. And the sons of Jerahmeel, the firstborn of Hezron, were Ram, his firstborn, and Bunah, and Aram, and Asom, and Achiah. And Jerahmeel married another wife named Atara, who was the mother of Onam. And the sons of Ram, the firstborn of Jerahmeel, were Muz, Jamin, and Akar. And Onam had sons Semei and Jada. And the sons of Semei, Nadab and Abisur. And the name of Abisur's wife was Abihail, who bore him Ahoban and Molid. And the sons of Nadab were Saled and Apaphaim. And Saled died without children, but the son of Aphiam was Jesse, and Jesse begat Sesan, and Sesan begat Oholai. And the sons of Jada, the brother of Semi, Jether and Jonathan, and Jether also died without children. But Jonathan begat Phahaleth and Ziza. These were the sons of Jerahmeel. And Sesan had no sons, but daughters, and a servant, an Egyptian, named Jerah. And he gave him his daughter to wife, and she bore him Ethi. And Ethi begot Nathan, and Nathan begot Zabad, and Zabad begat Ophlal, and Ophlal begat Obed. Obed begat Jehu, Jehu begat Azarias. Azarias begat Helas, and Helas begat Elasa, and Elasa begat Sisamoi, and Sisamoi begat Salum, and Salum begat Ikamiah, and Ikamiah begat Elisama. Now the sons of Caleb, the brother of Jerahmeel, were Mesa, his firstborn, who was the father of Siph, and the sons of Maresa, father of Hebron. And the sons of Hebron, Korah, and Taphua, and Rechem, and Sama. And Sama begat Rahem, the father of Jerkam, and Rechem begat Samai. The son of Samai, Maon, and Maon the father of Beth-sur. And Ephah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Haran, and Mesa, and Gezez. And Haran begat Gezez, and the sons of Jehadai, Rogom, and Jotham, and Gesan, and Phalet, and Ephah, and Saph. And Makkah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Saber, and Tarana. And Saph, the father of Madmenah, begat Sua, the father of Mechbenah, and the father of Gabah. And the daughter of Caleb was Aksa. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrata, Sobal, the father of Kiriathariam. Salma, the father of Bethlehem, Harif, the father of Beth-gader, and Sobal, the father of Kiriathariam, had sons, he that saw half of the places of rest. And of kindred of Kiriatharim, the Jethrites, and Aphuthites, and Semethites, and Maserites. Of them came the Sarites, and the Esthaloites, the sons of Salma, Bethlehem, and Netophathi, the crowns of the house of Joab, and the half of the place of the rest of the Sarai, and the families of the scribes that dwell in Jabez, singing and making melody, and abiding in tents. These are the Sinites, who came of Kalor, Kamath, father of the house of Rechab. Now these were the sons of David that were born to him in Hebron, the firstborn Amnon, of Achinoam, the Jezreelites, the second Daniel of Abigail, the Carmelites. The third, Absalom, the son of Maacah, the daughter of Tolmai, king of Geshur. The fourth, Adonias, the son of Agith. The fifth, Saphatius of Abital. The sixth, Jethrahem of Eglah, his wife. So 6 sons were born to him in Hebron, where he reigned 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. And these sons were born to him in Jerusalem: Sema, and Sobab, and Nathan, and Solomon, 4 of Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel. Jibar also, and Elisama, and Eliphaleth, and Nagoah, and Napheg, and Japhia, and Elisama, and Eliada, and Elipheleth, 9. All these the sons of David, beside the sons of the concubines. And they had a sister, Tamar. And Solomon's son was Rehoboam, whose son Abiah begat Asa, and his son was Jehoshaphat, the father of Joram. And Joram begot Ochozias, of whom was born Joas, and his son Amasias begot Azarias. And Jotham, the son of Azarias, begat Achaz, the father of Ezekias, of whom was born Manasseh. And Manasseh begat Aman, the father of Josias. The sons of Josias were the firstborn Johanan, the second Joachim, the third Sedecius, the fourth Selom. Of Joachim was born Jeconias and Sedekias. The sons of Jeconias were Asir, Salathiel, Melchiram, Fadaiah, Seneser, and Jechema, Sama, and Nadabiah. Of Fadiah were born Zorobabel and Semai. Zorobabel begot Mosolam, Hananias, and Salomith their sister, Hasaba also and Ohol, and Barachias and Hazadias, Josabhesed, 5. And the son of Hananias was Phaletius, the father of Jesias, whose son was Raphia, and his son was Arnan, of whom was born Obdiah, whose son was Shechanias. The son of Shechanias was Semiah, whose sons were Hattus and Jegal, and Bariah and Nariah, and Saphat, 6 in number. The sons of Nariah, Elionai, Ezekias, and Ezrikam, 3. The sons of Elionai, Oduiah, and Eliasub, and Phelilia, and Akub, and Johanan, and Daliah, and Anani, 7. The sons of Judah, Phares, Hezron, and Jarmi, and Hur, and Sobal. And Raiah, the son of Sobal, begat Jahath, of whom were born Ahumai and Lad. These are the families of Sarathi. And this is the posterity of Etam: Jezreel, and Jesemah, and Jedebos, and the name of their sister was Al-Selephoni. And Phanuel, the father of Gedor, and Azar, the father of Hosah. These are the sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the father of Bethlehem. And Asur, the father of Thekua, had 2 wives, Hala and Nara. And Nara bore him Ozam, and Hefer, and Damani, and Ahastharai. These are the sons of Nara, and the sons of Halah, Sereth, Isar, and Ethnan. And Kos begat Anob, and Soboba, the kindred of Ahrahel, the son of Arum. And Jabez was more honorable than any of his brethren, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, Because I bore him with sorrow. And Jabez called upon the God of Israel, saying, If blessing thou wilt bless me, and wilt enlarge my borders, and thy hand be with me, and thou save me from being oppressed by evil. And God granted him the things he prayed for. And Caleb, the brother of Suah, begat Mahir, who was the father of Eston. And Eston begot Bethrapha, and Thessa, and Tahina, father of the city of Naas. These are the men of Rekah. And the sons of Kenez were Othoniel and Sararia. And the sons of Othniel, Hathath, and Mahonathi. And Mahonathi begot Ophrah. And Sariah begot Joab, the father of the valley of artificers, for artificers were there. And the sons of Caleb the son of Jephunneh were Hur, and Elah, and Naham. And the sons of Elah, Kenez. The sons also of Jalaleel, Ziph, and Ziphah, Thiriah, and Asrael. The sons of Esra, Jether, and Mered, and Epher, and Jalon. And he begat Mariam, and Samai, and Jeshba the father of Esthamo. And his wife Judaiah bore Jared the father of Gedor, and Heber the father of Soko, and Nukuthiel the father of Zanoah. And these are the sons of Bethia the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Merod took to wife. And the sons of his wife Odiah, the sister of Nahum, the father of Celia, Garmi, and Esthamo, who was of Makathi. The sons also of Simon, Amnon, and Rina, the son of Hanan, and Dillon. And the sons of Jesse, Zoheth, and Benozheth. The sons of Selah, the son of Judah, Hur, the father of Lekah, and Lada, the father of Maresa. And the families of the house of them that wrought fine linen in the house of oath. And he that made the sun to stand, and the men of lying, and Sekura, and burning, who were princes in Moab, who returned into Lahem. Now these are things of old. These are the potters, and they dwell in plantations and hedges, with the king for his works, and they abode there. The sons of Simeon, Namuel, and Jamin, Jarib, Zara, and Saul, Selum his son, and Mapsam his son, Masma his son. The sons of Masma, Hamuel his son, Zakur his son, Semei his son. The sons of Semei were 16, and 6 daughters. But his brethren had not many sons, and the whole kindred could not reach to the sum of the children of Judah. And they dwelt in Beersheba, and Molada, and Hasarasuhal, and in Bala, and in Asom, and in Tholad, and in Bethuel, and in Horama, and in Siseleg, and in Bethmarkaboth, and in Hasarasusim, and in Bethberai, and in Sarim. These were their cities unto the reign of David. The towns also were Etam, and Aen, and Ramon, and Token, and Asan, 5 cities, and all their villages round about these cities as far as Baal. And this was their habitation, and the distribution of their dwellings. And Mosabab, and Jemelech, and Josa the son of Amasias, and Joel, and Jehu the son of Josabiah, the son of Saraiah, the son of Asiel, and Elionai, and Jacobah, and Isuhaiah, and Asiah, and Adiel, and Ismael, and Benaiah. These are also the son of Sephi, the son of Elon, the son of Idiah, the son of Semri, the son of Samiah. These were named princes in their kindreds, and in the houses of their families were multiplied exceedingly. And they went forth to enter into Gador as far as to the east side of the valley, to seek pastures for their flocks. And they found fat pastures, and very good, and a country spacious and quiet and fruitful, in which some of the race of Ham had dwelt before. And these, whose names are written above, came in the days of Ezekias king of Judah. And they beat down their tents, and slew the inhabitants that were found there, and utterly destroyed them unto this day. And they dwelt in their place, because they found there fat pastures. Some also of the children of Simeon, 500 men, went into Mount Seir, having for their captains Phaltias, and Nariah, and Raphaiah, and Oziel, the sons of Jesse. And they slew the remnant of the Amalekites, who had been able to escape, and they dwelt there in their stead unto this day. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was his firstborn, but forasmuch as he defiled his father's bed, his first birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel, and he was not accounted for the firstborn. But of the race of Judah, who was the strongest among his brethren, came the princes, but the first birthright was accounted to Joseph. The sons then of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Enoch, and Phalu, and Esron, and Carmi. The sons of Joel, Samaiah his son, Gog his son, Semei his son, Micah his son, Rea his son, Baal his son, Bera his son, whom Thelgath-Phalnasar, king of the Assyrians, carried away captive, and he was prince in the tribe of Reuben. And his brethren in all his kindred, when they were numbered by their families, had for princes Jehiel and Zacharias. And Bala, the son of Azaz, the son of Sama, the son of Joel, dwelt in Aurora as far as Nebo, and Bilmeon. And eastward he had his habitation as far as the entrance of the desert, and the river Euphrates, for they possessed a great number of cattle in the land of Galaad. And in the days of Saul they fought against the Agarites and slew them, and dwelt in their tents in their stead in all the country that looketh to the east of Galaad. And the children of Gad dwelt over against them in the land of Basan as far as Selka, Johel the chief, and Saphan the second, and Janai and Saphat in Basan. And their brethren according to the houses of their kindreds were Mikael, Mosalam, and Sebeh, and Jorai, and Jachan, and Zei, and Heber 7. These were the sons of Abihail, the son of Hurul, the son of Jara, the son of Galad, the son of Mikael, the son of Jessisi, the son of Jedo, the son of But. And their brethren, the sons of Abdiel, the son of Guni, chief of the house in their families, and they dwelt in Galad, and in Basan, and in the towns thereof, and in all the suburbs of Saron, unto the borders. All these were numbered in the days of Jotham, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, king of Israel, the sons of Reuben, and of Gad, and of the half-tribe of Manasseh, fighting men, bearing shields and swords, and bending the bow, and trained up to battles, 40,760 that went out to war. And they fought against the Agarites. But the Aturians, and Naphiz, and Nodab gave them help. And the Agarites were delivered into their hands, and all that were with them, because they called upon God in the battle. And he heard them, because they had put their faith in him. And they took all that they possessed of camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of asses 2,000, and of men 100,000 souls. And many fell down slain, for it was the battle of the Lord. And they dwelt in their stead till captivity. And the children of the half-tribe of Manasseh possessed the land, from the borders of Basan unto Baal, Hermon, and Sanir, and Mount Hermon, for their number was great. And these were the heads of the house of their kindred, Epher, and Jesse, and Eliel, and Esrael, and Jeremiah, and Odoiah, and Jediel, most valiant and powerful men, and famous chiefs in their families. But they forsook the God of their fathers, and went astray after the gods of the people of the land, whom God destroyed before them. And the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Phurul, king of the Assyrians, and the spirit of Thalgath-Phalnasar, king of Assur. And he carried away Reuben and Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them to Lahelah, and to Habor, and to Ara, and to the river of Gozan unto this day. The sons of Levi were Gerson, Kath, and Merari. The sons of Kath, Amram, Isar, Hebron, and Oziel. The children of Amram, Aaron, Moses, and Mary. The sons of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Eleazar begat Phinehas. Phinehas begat Abisua, and Abisua begat Boki, and Boki begat Ozi. Ozi begat Zaraias, and Zaraias begat Marioth. And Marioth begot Amarias, and Amarias begot Achitob. Achitob begot Sadok. Sadok begot Achimas. Achimas begat Azarias. Azarias begot Johanan, and Johanan begat Azarias. This is he that executed the priestly office in the house which Solomon built in Jerusalem. And Azarias begot Amarias, and Amarias begot Achitob, and Achitob begat Sadok, and Sadok begot Selom, and Selom begat Helkias, and Helkias begat Azarias, Azarias begat Sarias, and Sarias begat Josedek. Now Josedek went out when the Lord carried away Judah and Jerusalem by the hands of Nabuchodonosor. So the sons of Levi were Gerson, Kath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gerson, Lobni, and Semei. The sons of Kath, Amram and Isar, Hebron and Oziel. The sons of Merari, Moholi and Musi. And these are the kindreds of Levi according to their families. And of Gerson, Lobni his son, Jahath his son, Zama his son, Joah his son, Addo his son, Zara his son, Jethrai his son. The sons of Kath, Aminadab his son, Korah his son, Asir his son, Elkanah his son, Abiasaph his son, Asir his son, Thahath his son, Uriel his son, Ozias his son, Saul his son. The sons of Elkanah, Amasai and Achimoth. And Elkanah, the sons of Elkanah, Sophi his son, Nahath his son, Eliab his son, Jeroham his son, Elkanah his son. The sons of Samuel, the firstborn of Vaseni, and Abiah. And the sons of Merari, Moholi, Lobni his son, Semei his son, Oza his son, Sama his son, Hagiah his son, Asiah his son. These are they whom David set over the singing men of the house of the Lord, after that the ark was placed, and they ministered before the tabernacle of the testimony, with singing, until Solomon built the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, and they stood according to their order in the ministry. And these are they that stood with their sons of the sons of Kath, Hemam a singer, and the son of Joel, the son of Samuel, the son of Elkanah, the son of Jeroam, the son of Eliel, the son of Tohu, the son of Suf, the son of Elkanah, the son of Mahath, the son of Amasi, the son of Elkanah, the son of Johel, the son of Azarias, the son of Sophonias, the son of Thahath, the son of Asir, the son of Abiasaph, the son of Korah, the son of Esau, the son of Kath, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, and his brother Asaph, who stood on his right hand. Asaph, the son of Barachias, the son of Sama, the son of Michael, the son of Basia, the son of Melchiah, the son of Athani, the son of Zara, the son of Adiah, the son of Ethan, the son of Zama, the son of Semi, the son of Jeth, the son of Gerson, the son of Levi, and the sons of Merari, their brethren, on the left hand, Ethan, the son of Cusi, the son of Abdi, the son of Melok, the son of Hasabiah, the son of Amasai, the son of Helkias, the son of Amasai, the son of Boni, the son of Somer, the son of Moholi, the son of Mud, the son of Merari, the son of Levi, their brethren, also the Levites, who were appointed for all the ministry of the tabernacle of the house of the Lord. But Aaron and his sons offered burnt offerings upon the altar of holocausts, upon the altar of incense, for very work of the Holy of Holies, and to pray for Israel according to all that Moses the servant of God had commanded. These are the sons of Aaron, Eleazar his son, Phinehas his son, Abisua his son, and Boki his son, Ozi his son, Zarahiah his son, Merioth his son, Amarias his son, Akidob his son, Sadok his son, Achimas his son, and these are their dwelling places by the towns and confines, to wit of the sons of Aaron, of the families of the Kathites, for they fell to them by lot, and they gave them Hebron in the land of Judah, and the suburbs thereof round about, but the fields of the city and the villages of Caleb, son of Jephone. And to the sons of Aaron they gave the cities of refuge Hebron and Lobnah, and the suburbs thereof, and Jether and Esthemo, and their suburbs, and Helon and Dabir and their suburbs, Asan also, and Bethsamas with their suburbs. And out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gabi and its suburbs, Almath with its suburbs, Anathoth also with its suburbs. All their cities throughout their families were 13. And to the sons of Kath that remained of their kindred, they gave out of the tribe of Manasseh 10 cities in possession. And to the sons of Gerson by their families, out of the tribe of Issachar, and out of the tribe of Aser, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the tribe of Manasseh in Basan, 13 cities. And to the sons of Merari by their families, out of the tribe of Reuben, and out of the tribe of Gad, and out of the tribe of Zebulun, they gave by lot 12 cities. And the children of Israel gave to the Levites the cities and their suburbs. And they gave them by lot, and out of the tribe of the sons of Judah, and out of the tribe of the sons of Simeon, and out of the tribe of the sons of Benjamin, and these cities which they called by their names. And to them that were of the kindred of the sons of Kath, and the cities in their borders were of the tribe of Ephraim. And they gave the cities of refuge Sichem with its suburbs, and Mount Ephraim, and Gazer with its suburbs, Jechman also with its suburbs, and Beth-horon. In like manner, Helon also with its suburbs, and Gethrammon, in like manner. And out of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Aner and its suburbs, Balaam and its suburbs, to wit, to them that were left of the family of the sons of Kath. Water break. And to the sons of Gershon, out of the kindred of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Galon and Basan and its suburbs, and Astaroth and its suburbs. Out of the tribe of Issachar, Sedes and its suburbs, and Dabereth with its suburbs, Ramoth also and its suburbs, and Anem with its suburbs, and out of the tribe of Asher, Masal with its suburbs, and Abdon in like manner. Hukok also and its suburbs, and Rohol with its suburbs, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, Seeds, or Kedas, in Galilee and its suburbs, Hammon with its suburbs, and Kiriathaim, and its suburbs. And to the sons of Merari that remained out of the tribe of Zebulun, Remono and its suburbs, and Thabor with its suburbs, beyond the Jordan, also over against Jericho on the east side of the Jordan, out of the tribe of Reuben, Bosor in the wilderness with its suburbs, and Shasa with its suburbs. Kademoth also and its suburbs, and Mephath with its suburbs. Moreover, also out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Galad and its suburbs, and Manaim with its suburbs, Hesebon also with its suburbs, and Jazer with its suburbs. Now the sons of Issachar were Thola and Phua and Jasub and Simeron, 4. The sons of Thola, Olzi and Raphia, and Jeriel and Jemai and Jebsen and Samuel, chiefs of the houses of their kindreds. Of the posterity of Thola were numbered in the days of David 22,600 most valiant men. The sons of Ozi, Ozrahia, of whom were born Michael, and Obadiah, and Joel, and Jesiah, 5 all great men. And there were with them by their families and peoples 36,000 most valiant men ready for war, for they had many wives and children. The brethren also throughout all the house of Issachar were numbered 7,000 most valiant men for war. The sons of Benjamin were Bela and Bechor and Jadiel 3. The sons of Bela, Espon and Ozi and Oziel, and Jeremoth and Uri, 5 chiefs of their families and most valiant warriors, and their number was 22,034. And the sons of Bechor were Zamira and Joas and Eleazar, and Elionai, and Ammi, and Jeremoth, and Abiah, and Anathoth, and Almath. All these were the sons of Bechor, and they were numbered by the families, heads of their kindreds, most valiant men for war, 20,200. And the son of Jadiel, Balaam, and the sons of Balaam, Jehus, and Benjamin, and Aod, and Kanana, and Zethan, and Tharsis, and Ahisahar. All these were the sons of Jadiel, heads of their kindreds, most valiant men, 17,200 fit to go out to war. Sepham also, and Hepham the sons of Herer, and Hasim the sons of Ahira. And the sons of Naphtali were Jasiel, and Guni, and Jezer, and Sedum, sons of Bala. And the son of Manasseh, Ezrael, and his concubine the Syrian bore Machir, the father of Galad. And Machir took wives for his sons Haphi and Saphan, and he had a sister named Maacah. The name of the second was Salphad, and Salphad had daughters. And Maacah, the wife of Machir, bore a son, and she called his name Phares. And the name of his brother was Saras, and his sons were Ulam and Reken. And the son of Ulam, Baden. These are the sons of Galad, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. And his sister named Queen bore Goodliman and Abiezer. And Mohola. And the sons of Semida were Ahiu and Sechem and Leki and Aniam. And the sons of Ephraim were Suthala, Bered his son, Thahath his son, Elada his son, Thahath his son, and his son Zabad, and his son Suthala, and his son Ezer and Elad. And the men of Geth born in the land slew them, because they came down to invade their possessions. And Ephraim their father mourned many days, and his brethren came to comfort him. And he went in to his wife, and she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name Beriah, because he was born when it went evil with his house. And his daughter was Sarah, who built Bethoron, the nether, and the upper, and the Ozen-Sarah. And Rapha was his son, and Reseph and Thala, of whom was born Than, who begot Ladan, and his son was Amuid, who begot Elisama, of whom was born Nun, who had Joshua for his son. And their possessions inhabitants were Bethel with her daughters, and eastward Noran, and westward Gazer and her daughters, Sichem also with her daughters, as far as As with her daughters. And by the borders of the sons of Manasseh, Bethsan and her daughters, Tanak and her daughters, Magiddo and her daughters, Dor and her daughters. In these dwelt the children of Joseph, the son of Israel. The children of Aser were Jemna and Jesua and Jesui and Bariah and Sarah their sister. And the sons of Bariah, Haber and Melchiel. He is the father of Bersaith. And Heber begat Jephlat, and Somer and Hotham, and Sua their sister, the sons of Jephlat, Phosek, and Kamal and Asoth. These are the sons of Jephlat, and the sons of Somer, Ahi and Roagah, and Haba and Aram, and the sons of Helem his brother, Sufa and Jemna, and Seles and Amal, the sons of Sufa, Sua, Hernather, and Sual, and Beri, and Jamra, Bosar, and Hod, and Sama, and Salusa, and Jethran, and Bera, the sons of Jether, Jephon, and Phaspa, and Ara, and the sons of Ola, Ari, and Haniel, and Resia. All these were the sons of Aser, Asher, heads of their families, choice and most valiant captains of captains, and the number of them that were of the age that was fit for war was 26,000. Now Benjamin begat Bala, his firstborn, Asbel the second, Ahara the third, and Noha the fourth, and Arapha the fifth. The sons of Bala were Adar and Gera and Abuid, and Abisuel, and Namar, and Ahoa, and Gera, and Sephufan, and Huram. These are the sons of Ahad, heads of families that dwelt in Gabah, who were removed into Mertnahasth. And Naaman and Achiah and Gera he removed them, and begat Oza and Ahuid. And Saharim begot in the land of Moab after he sent away Husim and Bara his wives. And he begat of Hodas his wife Jobab, and Sabiah and Mesa, and Mulcom, and Jehus, and Sakiah, and Marma. These were the sons, heads of their families. And Mehusim begat Abitob and Elphal. The sons of Elphal were Heber and Misam and Samad, who built one and led its daughters. And Bariah and Sama were heads of their kindreds that dwelt in Aielon. These drove away the inhabitants of Geth. And Ahiho, and Sesak, and Jeremoth, and Zabadiah, and Arod, and Heder, and Mikel, and Jespha, and Joha, the sons of Bariah, and Zabadiah, and Mosolam, and Hezeki, and Heber, and Jesamari, and Jezliah, and Jobab, sons of Elphal, and Jachim, and Zechri, and Zabdi, and Elionai, and Selethai, and Eliel, and Adiah, and Abarariah, and Samareth, the sons of Semei, and Jespham, and Heber, and Eliel, and Abdon, and Zechri, and Hanan, and Hananiah, and Elam, and Nothothia, and Jephdiah, and Phanuel, the sons of Sesak, and Samsari, and Sopharia, and Otholia, and Jersia, and Elia, and Zechri, the sons of Jeroham. These were the chief fathers and heads of their families who dwelt in Jerusalem. And at Gaboan dwelt Abi-Gaboan. The name of his wife was Maacah, and his firstborn son Abdon, and Sur, and Sia, and Baal, and Nadab, and Gedor, and Ahio, and Zachar, and Macheloth, And Machpeloth begat Samah, and they dwelt over against their brethren in Jerusalem with their brethren. And Ner begat Sia, and Sia begat Saul, and Saul begot Jonathan, and Melchisua, and Abinadab, and Asbal. And the son of Jonathan was Meribal, and Meribal begot Micah. And the sons of Micah were Thithon, and Melech, and Tara, and Ahaz. And Ahaz begat Joada. Joada begat Alamath, and Asmoth, and Zamri. And Zamri begat Mesa, and Mesa begat Bana, whose son was Rapha, of whom was born Elasa, who begat Asel. And Asel had 6 sons, whose names were Ezrikam, Bokru, Ismahel, Saria, Obdiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Asel, and the sons of Esek his brother were Ulam the firstborn, and Jehus the second, and Eliphelet the third. And the sons of Elam were most valiant men and archers of great strength, and they had many sons and grandsons, even to 150. All these were children of Benjamin. And all Israel was numbered, and the sum of them was written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, and they were carried away to Babylon for their transgression. Now the first that dwelt in their possessions and in their cities were the Israelites, and the priests, and the Levites, and the Nathinians. And in Jerusalem dwelt the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin, and of the children of Ephraim, and of Manasseh. Othai, the son of Ammuid, the son of Amri, the son of Omri, the son of Boni, of the sons of Phares, the son of Judah, and of Siloni, Asiah, the firstborn, and his sons, and of the sons of Zara, Jehuel, and their brethren 690. And of the sons of Benjamin, Salah, the son of Mosalam, the son of Oduya, the son of Asana, and Jobaniah, the son of Jeroham, and Elah, the son of Ozi, the son of Mokori, and Mosalam, the son of Saphatias, the son of Rahuel, the son of Jebaniah, and their brethren by their families 956. All these were heads of their families by the houses of their fathers, and of the priests Jediah, Joiarib, and Jahil, and Azarias, the son of Helkias, the son of Mosolam, the son of Sadok, the son of Marioth, the son of Achitob, high priest of the house of God, and Adias, the son of Jeroham, the son of Phasur, the son of Melchias, and Masai, the son of Adiel, the son of Jezra, the son of Mosalam, the son of Mosalamith, the son of Emer, and their brethren heads in their families 1,760, very strong and able men for the work of the ministry in the house of God. And of the Levites, Semiah, the son of Hasub, the son of Ezrikam, the son of Hasebiah, of the sons of Merari, and Bakbakar, the carpenter of Galal, and Mathaniah, son of Micah, the son of Zechri, the son of Asaph, and Obdiah, the son of Semeah, the son of Galal, the son of Idithum, and Barakiah, the son of Asa, the son of Elkanah, who dwelt in the suburbs of Netophati. And the porters were Selum, and Akub, and Telmon, and Ahiman, and their brother Selum was the prince, until that time. In the king's gate eastward the sons of Levi awaited by their turns. But Selum, the son of Korah, the son of Abiasaph, the son of Korah, with his brethren in his father's house. The Korites were over the works of the service, keepers of the gates of the tabernacle, and their families in turns were keepers of the entrance of the camp of the Lord. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, was their prince before the Lord, and Zacharias, the son of Mosolamiah, was porter of the gate of the tabernacle of the testimony. All these that were chosen to be porters at the gates were 212, and they mere registered in their proper towns, whom David and Samuel the seer appointed in their trust, as well them as their sons, to keep the gates of the house of the Lord and the tabernacle by their turns. And 4 quarters were the porters, that is to say, toward the east and west and north and south. And their brethren dwelt in villages, and came upon the Sabbath days from time to time. To these 4 Levites were committed the whole number of the porters, and they were over the chambers and treasures of the house of the Lord. And they abode in their watches round about the temple of the Lord, that when it was time they might open the gates in the morning. And some of the stock had the charge of the vessels for the ministry, for the vessels were both brought in and carried out by number. Some of them also had the instruments of the sanctuary committed unto them, and the charge of the fine flour and wine and oil and frankincense and spices. And the sons of the priests made the ointments of spices. And Mathathias, a Levite, the firstborn of Selom the Korite, was overseer of such things as were fried in the frying pan. And some of the sons of Cath, their brethren, were over the leaves of proposition to prepare always new for every Sabbath. These are the chief of the singing men of the families of the Levites, who dwelt in the chambers by the temple, that they might serve continually day and night in their ministry. The heads of the Levites, princes and their families, abode in Jerusalem. And in Gabaon dwelt Jehiel, the father of Gabaon. The name of Hil, wife was Makah, his firstborn son Abdon, and Sur, and Kis, and Baal, and Ner, and Nadab, Gedor also, and Nahio, and Zacharias, and Macheloth. And Macheloth begat Saman. These dwelt over against their brethren in Jerusalem with their brethren. Now Ner begot Sia, and Cis begot Saul, and Saul begot Jonathan, and Melchisua, and Abinadab, and Asbal, and Esbal. And the son of Jonathan was Meribal, and Meribal begot Micah. And the sons of Micah were Thethon, and Melech, and Thara, and Ahaz. And Ahaz begot Jara, and Jara begot Alamath, and Azmoth, and Zamri. And Zamri begot Mesa, and Mesa begot Mabana, whose son Raphiah begot Elasa, of whom was born Asel. And Hil had 6 sons, whose names are Ezrakam, Bokru, Asmael, Saria, Obadiah, Hanan. These are the sons of Asel. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, and fell down wounded in Mount Gilboa. The Philistines drew near, pursuing after Saul and his sons, and they killed Jonathan, and Abinadab, and Melchisua, the sons of Saul. And the battle grew hard against Saul, and the archers reached him, and wounded him with arrows. And Saul said to his armor-bearer, Draw thy sword and kill me, lest these uncircumcised come and mock me. But his armor-bearer would not, for he was struck with fear. So Saul took his sword and fell upon it. And when his armor-bearer saw it, to wit, that Saul was dead, he also fell upon his sword and died. So Saul died, and his 3 sons, and all his house fell together. And when the men of Israel that dwelt in the plain saw this, they fled. And Saul and his sons being dead, they forsook their cities, and were scattered up and down, and the Philistines came and dwelt in them. And the next day the Philistines, taking away the spoils of them that were slain, found Saul and his sons lying on Mount Gilboa. When they had stripped him, and cut off his head, and taken away his armor, they sent it into their land to be carried about and shown in the temples of idols and to the people. And his armor they dedicated in the temple of their god, and his head they fastened up in the temple of Dagon. When the men of Jabez Galad had heard this, to wit, all that the Philistines had done to Saul, and all the valiant men of them arose, and took the bodies of Saul and of his sons, and brought them to Jabez, and buried their bones under the oak that was in Jabez, and they fasted 7 days. So Saul died for his iniquities, because he transgressed the commandment of the Lord, which he had commanded, and kept it not, and moreover consulted also a witch, and trusted not is the Lord. Therefore he slew him, and transferred his kingdom to David, the son of Isai. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David in Hebron, saying, We are thy bone and thy flesh. Yesterday also, and the day before, when Saul was king, thou wast he that leddest out and broughtest in Israel. For the Lord thy God said to thee, Thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be ruler over them. So all the ancients of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and David made a covenant with them before the Lord. And they anointed him king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord which he spoke in the hand of Samuel. And David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, which is Jebus, where the Jebusites were the inhabitants of the land. And the inhabitants of Jebus said to David, Thou shalt not come in here. But David took the castle of Sion, which is the city of David. And he said, Whosoever shall first strike the Jebusites shall be the head and chief captain. And Joab the son of Sarvia went up first, and was made the general. And David dwelt in the castle, and therefore it was called the city of David. And he built the city round about from Millo all around, and Joab built the rest of the city. And David went on growing and increasing, and the Lord of hosts was with him. These are the chief of the valiant men of David, who helped him to be made king over all Israel, according to the word of the Lord which he spoke to Israel. And this is the number of the heroes of David. Jeshbam the son of Hakamoni, the chief among the 30. He lifted up his spear against 300 wounded by him at one time. And after him was Eleazar his uncle's son, the Ahohite, who was one of the 3 mighties. He was with David in Phesdom. And the Philistines were gathered to that place to battle, and the field of that country was full of barley, and the people fled from before the Philistines. But these men stood in the midst of the field and defended it. And they slew the Philistines, and the Lord gave a great deliverance to his people. And 3 of the 30 captains went down to the rock wherein David was, to the cave of Adullam, when the Philistines encamped in the valley of Raphaim. And David was in a hold, and the garrison of the Philistines in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that some man would give me water of the cistern of Bethlehem, which is in the gate. And these 3 broke through the midst of the camp of the Philistines, and drew water out of the cistern of Bethlehem, which was in the gate, and brought it to David to drink. And he would not drink of it, but rather offered it to the Lord, saying, God forbid that I should do this in the sight of my God, and should drink the blood of these men, for with the danger of their lives they have brought me the water. And therefore he would not drink. These things did the 3 most valiant. And Abisai, the brother of Joab, he was chief of 3, and he lifted up his spear against 300 whom he slew, and he was renowned among the 3, and illustrious among the second 3, and their captain, but yet he attained not to the first 3. But Anias, the son of Joiada, a most valiant man of Kabseel, who had done many acts, he slew the 2 Ariels of Moab, and he went down and killed a lion in the midst of a pit in the time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian whose stature was of 5 cubits, and who had a spear like a weaver's beam. And he went down to him with a staff, and plucked away the spear that he held in his hand, and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benanias, the son of Joiada, who was renowned among the 3 valiant ones, and the first among the 30, but yet to the 3 he attained not, and David made him of his counsel. Moreover, the most valiant men of the army were Asahel, brother of Joab, and Elkanan, the son of his uncle of Bethlehem, Samoth, an Arorite, Heles, a Phelonite, and Irah, the son of Akes, a Tekoite, Abiezer, an Anathothite, and Sobokai, a Husathite, and Elai, a Hehoite, and Maharai, a Netophathite, Heled, the son of Banah, a Netophathite, Ethai, the son of Rabbi of Gabath, of the sons of Benjamin, Banal, a Pharothonite, Hurai of the Torankas, Abiel and Arbathite, Asmoth, a Baramite, Eliaba, a Salabanite, the sons of Asem, a Gezonite, Jonathan, the son of Saga, an Ararite, Ahiam, the son of Sakar, an Ararite, Eliphal, the son of Ur, Hefer, a Mecherathite, Aphia, a Hellenite, Hesro, a Carmelite, Narai, the son of Azabai, Joel, the brother of Nathan, Mibahara, the son of Agarai, Selek, an Ammonite, Naharai, a Berothite, the armor-bearer of Joab, the son of Sarvia, Ira, a Jethrite, Gareb, a Jethrite, Urias, a Hethite, Zabad, the son of Oholi, and Adina, the son of Caesar, a Reubenite, the prince of the Reubenites, and 30 with him, Hanan, the son of Makkah, and Jehoshaphat, a Mathonite, Oziel, an Astorothite, Sama, and Jehiel, the sons of Hotham, an Arorite, Jediel, the son of Zamri, and Jobs, his brother, a Thosite, Eliel, a Methumite, and Jeriabai, a Jesiah, and Josiah, the sons of Elnaim, and Jethma, a Moabite, Eliel and Obed, and Jasiel of Masobia. Now these are they that came to David to Ziklag, while he yet fled from Saul the son of Sia, and they were most valiant and excellent warriors, bending the bow and using either hand in hurling stones with slings and shooting arrows. Of the brethren of Saul of Benjamin, the chief was Ahiezer, and Joas, the sons of Samah of Gabath, and Jaziel, and Phalet, the sons of Asmoth, and Berakah, and Jehu, and Anathothite, and Samias of Gabaon, the stoutest amongst the 30 and over the 30, Jeremias, and Jahaziel, and Johanan, and Jezabad of Gaderoth, and Eluzai, and Jeremoth, and Baliah, and Samaria, and Saphatiah, and Harophite, the Harophite, Elkanah, and Jesiah, and Baliah, and Samaria, and Saphatiah, and the Harophite, Elkanah, and Jesiah, and Azariel, and Joezer, and Jezbam of Kerahim, and Joelah, and Zabadiah, the sons of Jeroham of Gedor. From Gadi also there went over to David, when he lay hid in the wilderness, most valiant men, and excellent warriors, holding shield and spear, whose faces were like the faces of a lion, and they were swift like the roebucks in the mountains. Ezer the chief, Obdias the second, Eliab the third, Masmana the fourth, and Jeremias the fifth, Ethai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, and Elzabad the ninth, Jeremias the 10th, Machbani the 11th. These were the sons of Gad, captains of the army. The least of them was captain over 100 soldiers, and the greatest over 1,000. These are they who passed over the Jordan in the first month, when it is used to howe over its banks, and they put to flight all that dwelt in the valleys, both toward the east and toward the west. And there came also of the men of Benjamin and of Judah to the hold in which David abode. And David went out to meet them, and said, If you are come peaceably to me to help me, let my heart be joined to you. But if you plot against me for my enemies, whereas I have no iniquity in my hands, let the God of our fathers see and judge. But the Spirit came upon Amasai, the chief among 30, and he said, We are thine, O David, and for thee, O son of Isai. Peace, peace be to thee, and peace to thy helpers, for thy God helpeth thee. So David received them, and made them captains of the land of the band. And there were some of Manasseh that went over to David, when he came with the Philistines against Saul to fight. But he did not fight with them, because the lords of the Philistines, taking counsel, sent him back, saying, With the danger of our heads, he will return to his master Saul. So, when he went back to Ziklag, there fled to him of Manasseh, Ednas, and Jozabad, and Jedehiel, and Mikhael, and Ednas, and Jozabad, and Eliu, and Salathi, captains of thousands in Manasseh. These helped David against the rovers, for they were all most valiant men, and were made commanders in the army. Moreover, day by day there came some to David to help him, till they became a great number, like the army of God. And this is the number of the chiefs of the army who came to David when he was in Hebron, to transfer to him the kingdom of Saul, according to the word of the Lord. The sons of Judah bearing shield and spear, 6,800 well appointed to war. Of the sons of Simeon, valiant men for war, 7,100. Of the sons of Levi, 4,600. And Joiada, prince of the race of Aaron, and with him 3,700. Zadok also, a young man of excellent disposition, and the house of his father, 22 principal men. And of the sons of Benjamin, the brethren of Saul, 3,000, for hitherto a great part of them followed the house of Saul. And of the sons of Ephraim, 20,800 men of great valor, renowned in their kindreds. And of the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000, every one by their names, came to make David king. Also of the sons of Issachar, men of understanding, that knew all times to order what Israel should do, 200 principal men, and all the rest of the tribe followed their counsel. And of Zebulun, such as went forth to battle, and stood in array well appointed with armor for war, there came 50,000 to his aid, with no double heart. And of Naphtali 1,000 leaders, and with them 37,000, furnished with shield and spear. And of Dan also 28,600 prepared for battle. And of Asher 40,000 going forth to fight and challenging in battle. And on the other side of the Jordan, of the sons of Reuben and of Gad, and of the half of the tribe of Manasseh 120,000, furnished with arms for war. All these men of war, well appointed to fight, came with a perfect heart to Hebron, to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest also of Israel were of one heart to make David king. And they were there with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Moreover, they that were near them, even as far as Issachar, and Zebulun, and Naphtali, brought leaves on asses, and on camels, and on mules, and on oxen, to eat meal, figs, raisins, wine, oil, and oxen, and sheep in abundance. For there was joy in Israel. And David consulted with the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and with all the commanders. And he said to all the assembly of Israel, If it please you, and if the words which I speak come from the Lord our God, let us send to the rest of our brethren into all the countries of Israel, and to the priests, and to the Levites that dwell in the suburbs of the cities, to gather themselves to us, and let us bring again the ark of our God to us. For we sought it not in the days of Saul. And all the multitude answered that it should be so. For the word pleased all the people. So David assembled all Israel from Sihor of Egypt, even to the entering into Amath, to bring the ark of God from Kiriatharim. And David went up with all the men of Israel to the hill of Kiriatharim, which is in Judah, to bring thence the ark of the Lord God, sitting upon the cherubims, where his name is called upon. And they carried the ark of God upon a new cart out of the house of Abinadab. And Uzzah and his brother drove the cart. And David and all Israel played before God with all their might, with hymns, and with harps, and with psalteries, and timbrels, and cymbals, and trumpets. And when they came to the floor of Kidon, Uzzah put forth his hand to hold up the ark. For the ox, being wanton, had made it lean a little on one side, and the Lord was angry with Uzzah, and struck him, because he had touched the ark, and he died there before the Lord. And David was troubled, because the Lord had divided Uzzah, and he called that place the breach of Uzzah to this day. And he feared God at that time, saying, How can I bring in the ark of God to me? And therefore he brought it not home to himself, that is, into the city of David, but carried it aside into the house of Obed-edom the Gethite. And the ark of God remained in the house of Obed-edom 3 months, and the Lord blessed his house and all that he had. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and masons and carpenters to build him a house. And David perceived that the Lord had confirmed him king over Israel, and that his kingdom was exalted over his people Israel. And David took other wives in Jerusalem, and begat sons and daughters. Now these are the names of them that were born to him in Jerusalem: Samua and Sobad, Nathan and Solomon, Jebahar and Elisua, and Eliphalet, and Noga, and Napheg, and Japhia, Elisama, and Baliada, and Eliphalet. The Philistines, hearing that David was anointed king over Israel, went all up to seek him, and David heard of it, went out against them, and the Philistines came and spread themselves in the vale of Raphaim. And David consulted the Lord, saying, Shall I go up against the Philistines, and wilt thou deliver them into my hand? And the Lord said to him, Go up, and I will deliver them into thy hand. And when they were come to Balpharasim, David defeated them there, and he said, God hath divided my enemies by my hand, as waters are divided, and therefore the name of that place was called Balpharasim. And they left there their gods, and David commanded that they should be burnt. Another time also the Philistines made an eruption, and spread themselves abroad in the valley. And David consulted God again, and God said to him, Go not up after them, turn away from them, and come upon them over against the pear trees. When thou shalt hear the sound of one going on the tops of the pear trees, then shalt thou go out to battle, for God is gone out before thee to strike the army of the Philistines. And David did as God had commanded him, and defeated the army of the Philistines, slaying them from Gabaon to Gezerah. And the name of David became famous in all countries, and the Lord made all nations fear him. He made also houses for himself in the city of David, and built a place for the ark of God, and pitched his tabernacle for it. Then David said, No one ought to carry the ark of God but the Levites, whom the Lord hath chosen to carry it, and to minister unto himself forever. And he gathered all Israel together into Jerusalem, that the ark of God might be brought into its place, which he had prepared for it. And the sons of Aaron also, and the Levites of the children of Kath, Uriel was the chief, and his brethren 120. Of the sons of Merari, Asaiah the chief, and his brethren 220. Of the sons of Gershom, Joel the chief, and his brethren 130. Of the sons of Elishphan, Semeas the chief, and his brethren 200. Of the sons of Hebron, Eliel the chief, and his brethren 80. Of the sons of Oziel, Aminadab and the chief, and his brethren 112. And David called Zadok, and Abiathar the priests, and the Levites, Uriel, Asaiah, Joel, Samaiah, Eliel, and Aminadab. And he said to them, You that are the heads of the Levitical families, be sanctified with your brethren, and bring the ark of the Lord, the God of Israel, to the place which is prepared for it, lest as the Lord at first struck us, because you were not present, the same should now also come to pass by our doing something against the law. So the priests and the Levites were sanctified to carry the ark of the Lord, the God of Israel. And the sons of Levi took the ark of God, as Moses had commanded, according to the word of the Lord, upon their shoulders with the staves. And David spoke to the chiefs of the Levites to appoint some of their brethren to be singers with musical instruments, to wit, on psalteries and harps and cymbals, that their joyful noise might resound on high. And they appointed Levites, Hemam the son of Joel, and his brethren Asaph, son of Barachias, and of the sons of Merari their brethren Ethan the son of Cassiah, and with them their brethren in the second rank Zacharias and Ben and Jaziel and Semiramoth, and Jahiel, and Ani, and Eliab, and Banias, and Maasias, and Mathathias, and Eliphalu, and Machanias, and Obededom, and Jehiel, the porters. Now the singers, Heman, Asaph, and Ethan, sounded with cymbals of brass, and Zacharias, and Oziel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Ani, and Eliab, and Maasias, and Banias, sung mysteries upon psalteries. And Mathathias, and Eliphalu, and Machanias, and Obededom, and Jahiel, and Ozaziel, sung a song of victory for the octave upon harps. And Conanias, chief of the Levites, presided over the prophecy, to give out the tombs, for he was very skillful. Barachias and Elkanah were doorkeepers of the ark, and Sebanias and Jehoshaphat, and Nathaniel and Amasai, and Zacharias and Benanias, and Eleazar the priest sounded with trumpets before the ark of God, and Obededom and Jehias were porters of the ark. So David and all the ancients of Israel and the captains over thousands went to bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of the house of Obededom with joy. And when God had helped the Levites who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, they offered in sacrifice 7 oxen and 7 rams. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, and all the Levites that carried the ark, and the singing men, and Conanias the ruler of the prophecy among the singers. And David also had on him an ephod of linen. And all Israel brought the ark of the covenant of the Lord with joyful shouting and sounding with the sound of the cornet, and with trumpets and cymbals and psalteries and harps. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord was come to the city of David, Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out at a window, saw King David dancing and playing, and she despised him in her heart. So they brought the ark of God and set it in the midst of the tent, which David had pitched for it, and they offered holocausts and peace offerings before God. And when David had made an end of offering holocausts and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord. And he divided to all and every one, both men and women, a loaf of bread and a piece of roasted beef, and flour fried with oil. And he appointed Levites to minister before the ark of the Lord, and to remember his works, and to glorify and praise the Lord God of Israel. Asaph the chief, the next after him Zacharias, moreover Jahiel, and Semiramoth, and Jahiel, and Mathathias, and Eliab, and Banias, and Obededom, and Jehiel over the instruments of psaltery and harps, and Asaph sounded with cymbals. But Bananias and Jaziel the priests to sound the trumpet continually before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. In that day David made Asaph the king to give praise to the Lord with his brethren. Praise ye the Lord, and call upon his name. Make known his doings among the nations. Sing to him, yea, sing praises to him, and relate all his wondrous works. Praise ye his holy name. Let the heart, of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek ye the Lord and his power. Seek ye his face evermore. Remember his wonderful works, which he hath done, his signs and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Israel, his servants, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. Remember forever his covenant, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, the covenant which he made with Abraham, and his oath to Isaac, and he appointed the same to Jacob for a precept, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, To thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a small number, very few and sojourners in it, and they passed from nation to nation, from a kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong, and reproved kings for their sake. Touch not my anointed, and do no evil to my prophets. Sing ye to the Lord all the earth. Show forth from day to day his salvation. Declare his glory among the Gentiles, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and exceedingly to be praised, and he is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Praise and magnificence are before him, strength and joy in his place. Bring ye to the Lord, O ye families of the nations. Bring ye to the Lord glory and empire. Give to the Lord glory to his name. Bring up sacrifice and come ye in his sight, and adore the Lord in holy becomingness. Let all the earth be moved at his presence, for he hath founded the world immovable. Let the heavens rejoice, and the earth be glad. Let them say among the nations, The Lord hath reigned. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the fields rejoice, and all things that are in them. Then shall the trees of the wood give praise before the Lord, because he is come to judge the earth. Give ye glory to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. And say ye, Save us, O God our Saviour, and gather us together, and deliver us from the nations, that we may give glory to thy holy name, and may rejoice in singing thy praises. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from eternity to eternity. And let all the people say, Amen, and a hymn to God. So he left there before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, Asaph and his brethren to minister in the presence of the ark continually day by day, in their courses. And Obededom with his brethren 68. Obededom the son of Idithun, and Hosa he appointed to be porters, and Zadok the priest and his brethren priests, before the tabernacle of the Lord in the high place, which was in Gabaon, that they should offer a holocaust to the Lord upon the altar of holocaust continually, morning and evening, according to all that is written in the law of the Lord, which he commanded Israel. And after him Heman and Idithum, and the rest that were chosen, every one by his name, to give praise to the Lord, because his mercy endureth forever. And Heman and Iduthin sounded the trumpet, and played on the cymbals and all kinds of musical instruments to sing praises to God. And the sons of Iduthin he made porters. And all the people returned to their houses, and David to bless also his own house. Now when David was dwelling in his house, he said to Nathan the prophet, Behold, I dwell in a house of cedar, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord is under skins. Nathan said to David, Do all that is in thy heart, for God is with thee. Now that night the word of God came to Nathan, saying, Go and speak to David my son. Thus saith the Lord, Thou shalt not build me a house to dwell in, for I have not remained in a house from the time that I brought up Israel to this day. But I have been always changing places in a tabernacle and in a tent, abiding with all Israel. Did I ever speak to anyone of all the judges of Israel, whom I charged to feed my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? Now therefore, thus shalt thou say to my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the pastures, from following the flock, that thou shouldest be ruler of my people Israel. And I have been with thee whithersoever thou hast gone, and have slain all thy enemies before thee, and have made thee a name like that of one of the great ones that are renowned in the earth. And I have given a place to my people Israel. They shall be planted, and shall dwell therein, and shall be moved no more. Neither shall the children of iniquity waste them, as at the beginning, since the days that I gave judges to my people Israel, and have humbled all thy enemies. I declare to thee that the Lord will build thee a house, and when thou shalt have ended thy days to go to thy fathers, I will raise up thy seed after thee, which shall be of thy sons, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build me a house, and I will establish his throne forever. I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son, and I will not take my mercy away from him, as I took it from him that was before thee. But I will settle him in my house, and in my kingdom forever, and his throne shall be most firm forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And King David came and sat before the Lord, and said, Who am I, O Lord God? And what is my house, that thou shouldest give such things to me? But even this hath seemed little in thy sight. Therefore thou hast also spoken concerning the house of thy servant for the time to come, and hast made me remarkable above all men, O Lord God. What can David add more, seeing thou hast thus glorified thy servant, and known him? O Lord, for thy servant's sake, according to thy own heart, thou hast shown all this magnificence, and wouldest have all the great things to be known. O Lord, there is none like thee, and there was no other God beside thee, of all whom we have heard of with our ears. For what other nation is there upon earth like thy people Israel, whom God went to deliver, and make a people for himself, and by his greatness and terrors cast out nations before their face, whom he had delivered out of Egypt. And thou hast made thy people Israel to be thy own people forever, and thou, O Lord, art become their God. Now therefore, O Lord, let the word which thou hast spoken to thy servant, and concerning his house, be established forever. And do as thou hast said, and let thy name remain and be magnified forever. And let it be said, The Lord of hosts is God of Israel, and the house of David his servant remaineth before him. For thou, O Lord my God, hast revealed to the ear of thy servant that thou wilt build him a house, and therefore thy servant hath found confidence to pray before thee. And now, O Lord, thou art God, and thou hast promised to thy servant such great benefits, and thou hast begun to bless the house of thy servant, that it may be always before thee. For seeing thou blessed it, O Lord, it shall be blessed forever. And it came to pass after this, that David defeated the Philistines, and humbled them, and took away Geth and her daughters out of the hands of the Philistines, and defeated Moab, and the Moabites were made David's servants, and brought him gifts. At that time David defeated also Adarezer, king of Sobah, of the land of Hamath, when he went to extend his dominions as far as the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots, and 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 footmen, and he howled all the chariot horses, only 100 chariots, which he reserved for himself. And the Syrians of Damascus came also to help Adarezer, king of Sobah. David slew of them likewise 22,000 men. And he put a garrison in Damascus, that Syria also should serve him, and bring gifts. And the Lord assisted him in all things to which he went. David took the golden quivers which the servants of Adarezer had, and he brought them to Jerusalem. Likewise, out of Thebath and Kun, cities of Adarezer, he brought very much brass, which Solomon made, the brazen sea, and the pillars, and the vessels of brass. And when thou, king of Hamath, heard that David had defeated all the army of Adarezer, king of Sobah, he sent Adoram, his son, to King David to desire peace of him, to congratulate him that he had defeated and overthrown Adarezer, for thou was an enemy of Adarezer. And all the vessels of gold and silver and brass King David consecrated to the Lord, with the silver and gold which he had taken from all the nations, as well from Edom, and from Moab, and from the sons of Ammon, as from the Philistines, and from Amalek. And Abisai the son of Sarvia slew of the Edomites in the vale of the salt pits 18,000. And he put a garrison in Edom, that Edom should serve David. And the Lord preserved David in all things to which he went. So David reigned over all Israel, and executed judgment and justice among all his people. And Joab the son of Sarvia was over the army, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud, recorder, and Zadok the son of Achitob, and Achimelech the son of Abiathar were the priests, and Susa scribe. And Benanias the son of Joiada was over the bands of Kerethi, and Phelethi, the sons of David, were chief about the king. Now it came to pass that Naz, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness to Hanan the son of Naz, for his daughter did a favor to me. And David sent messengers to comfort him upon the death of his father. But when they were come into the land of the children of Ammon to comfort Hanan, the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Hanan, Thou thinkest perhaps that David, to do honor to thy father, has sent comforters to thee, and thou dost not take notice that his servants are come to thee to consider and search and spy out thy land. Wherefore Hanan shaved the heads and beards of the servants of David, and cut away their garments from the buttocks to the feet, and sent them away. When they were gone, they sent word to David, who sent to meet them, for they had suffered a great affront, and ordered them to stay at Jericho till their beards grew, and then to return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had done an injury to David, Hanan and the rest of the people sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire them chariots and horsemen out of Mesopotamia and out of Syria, Makkah and out of Soba. And they hired 32,000 chariots, and the king of Makkah with his people. And they came and camped over against Medaba. And the children of Ammon gathered themselves together out of their cities, and came to battle. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab, and all the army of valiant men, and the children of Ammon came out and put their army in array before the gate of the city. And the kings that were come to their aid stood apart in the field. Wherefore Joab, understanding that the battle was set against him, before and behind, chose out the bravest men of all Israel, and marched against the Syrians, and the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abisai, his brother, and they went against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for me, I will help thee. Be of good courage, and let us behave ourselves manfully for our people, for the cities of our God. The Lord will do that which is good in his sight. So Joab and the people that were with him went against the Syrians to the battle, and he put them to flight. And the children of Ammon, seeing that the Syrians were fled, they likewise fled from Abisai his brother, and went into the city. And Joab also returned to Jerusalem. But the Syrians, seeing that they had fallen before Israel, sent messengers, and brought to them the Syrians that were beyond the river. And Sophach, general of the army of Adarezer, was their leader. And it was told David, and he gathered together all Israel, and passed the Jordan, came upon them, and put his army in array against them, and they fought with him. But the Syrians fled before Israel, and David slew of the Syrians 7,000 chariots and 40,000 footmen. And Sophach, the general of the army. And when the servants of Adarezer saw themselves overcome by Israel, they went over to David and served him. And Syria would not help the children of Ammon any more. And it came to pass after the course of a year, at the time that kings go out to battle, Joab gathered together an army in the strength of the troops, and wasted the land of the children of Ammon, and went and besieged Rabbah. But David stayed at Jerusalem, when Joab smote Rabbah and destroyed it. And David took the crown of Melchom from his head, and found in it a talent weight of gold, and most precious stones, and he made himself a diadem of it. He took also the spoils of the city, which were very great, and the people that were therein he brought out, and made harrows and sleds and chariots of iron to go over them, so that they were cut and bruised to pieces. In this manner David dealt with all the cities of the children of Ammon, and he returned with alibis people to Jerusalem. After this there arose a war at Gazer against the Philistines, in which Sabachai the Hushathite slew Sapphai of the race of Raphaim, and humbled them. Another battle also was fought against the Philistines, in which Adeodatus, the son of Saltus, a Bethlehemite, slew the brother of Goliath the Gethite, the staff of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. There was another battle also in Gath, in which there was a man of great stature, whose fingers and toes were 24, 6 on each hand and foot, who also was born of the stock of Rapha. He reviled Israel, but Jonathan the son of Samar, the brother of David, slew him. These were the sons of Rapha in Gath, who fell by the hand of David and his servants. And Satan rose up against Israel, and moved David to number Israel. David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, "Go, and number Israel from Beersheba, even to Dan, and bring me the number of them, that I may know it." Joab answered, "The Lord make his people 100 times more than they are. But my lord the king, are they not all thy servants? Why doth my lord seek this thing, which may be imputed as a sin to Israel?" But the king's word rather prevailed. And Joab departed, and went through all Israel, and returned to Jerusalem. And he gave David the number of them whom he had surveyed. And all the number of Israel was found to be 1,100,000 men that drew the sword, and of Judah 420,000 fighting men. But Levi and Benjamin he did not number, for Joab unwillingly executed the king's orders. And God was displeased with this thing that was commanded, and he struck Israel. David said to God, "I have sinned exceedingly in doing this. I beseech thee, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done foolishly." And the Lord spoke to Gad, the seer of David, saying, "Go and speak to David, and tell him, Thus saith the Lord, I give thee the choice of 3 things. Choose one which thou wilt, and I will do it to thee." When Gad was come to David, he said to him, "Thus saith the Lord, choose which thou wilt, either 3 years' famine, or 3 months to flee from thy enemies, and not to be able to escape their sword, or 3 days to have the sword of the Lord, and pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying in all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore see what I shall answer him who sent me." And David said to Gad, "I am on every side in a great strait, but it is better for me to fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercies are many, than into the hands of men." So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And he sent an angel to Jerusalem to strike it. And as he was striking it, the Lord beheld and took pity for the greatness of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed, "It is enough. Now stop thy hand." And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David, lifting up his eyes, saw the angel of the Lord standing between heaven and earth, with a drawn sword in his hand, turned against Jerusalem. And both he and the ancients, clothed in haircloth, fell down flat on the ground. And David said to God, "Am not I he that commanded the people to be numbered? It is I that have sinned. It is I that have done the evil. But as for this flock, what hath it deserved? O Lord my God, let thy hand be turned, I beseech thee, upon me, and upon my father's house, and let not thy people be destroyed." And the angel of the Lord commanded Gad to tell David to go up and build an altar to the Lord in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David went up according to the word of Gad, which he spoke to him in the name of the Lord. Now when Ornan looked up and saw the angel, he and his 4 sons hid themselves, for at that time he was thrashing wheat in the floor. And as David was coming to Ornan, Ornan saw him, went out of the threshing floor to meet him, bowed down to him with his face to the ground. David said to him, "Give me this place of thy threshing floor, that I may build therein an altar to the Lord. But thou shalt take of me as much money as it is worth, that the plague may cease from the people." And Ornan said to David, "Take it, and let my lord the king do all that pleaseth him. And moreover the oxen also I give for a holocaust, and the drays for wood, and the wheat for the sacrifice. I will give it all willingly." And King David said to him, "It shall not be so, but I will give thee money as much as it is worth. For I must not take it from thee, and so offer to the Lord holocausts free cost." So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 sickles of gold of just weight. And he built there an altar to the Lord, and he offered holocausts and peace offerings, and he called upon the Lord, and heard him by sending fire from heaven upon the altar of the holocaust. And the Lord commanded the angel, and he put up his sword again into the sheath. David, seeing that the Lord hath heard him in the thrashing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, forthwith offered victims there. But the tabernacle of the Lord, which Moses made in the desert, and the altar of the holocaust, was at that time in the high place of Gabaon. And David could not go to the altar there to pray to God, for he was seized with an exceeding great fear, seeing the sword of the angel of the Lord. Then David said, This is the house of God, and this is the altar for the holocaust of Israel. And he commanded to gather together all the proselytes of the land of Israel, and out of them he appointed stone cutters to hew stones and polish them, to build the house of God. And David prepared in abundance iron for the nails of the gates, and for the closures and joinings, and for the brass an immense weight. And the cedar trees were without number, which the Sidonians and Tyrians brought to David. And David said, Solomon my son is very young and tender, and the house which I would have to be built to the Lord must be such as to be renowned in all countries. Therefore I will prepare him necessaries. And therefore before his death he prepared all the charges, and he called for Solomon his son, and he commanded him to build a house to the Lord, the God of Israel. David said to Solomon, My son, it was my desire to have built a house to the name of the Lord my God. But the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Thou hast shed much blood, and fought many battles, so thou canst not build a house to my name, after shedding so much blood before me. The son that shall be born to thee shall be a most quiet man, for I will make him rest from all his enemies round about, and therefore he shall be called peaceable. And I will give peace and quietness to Israel all his days. He shall build a house to my name, and he shall be a son to me. And I will be a father to him, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. Now then, my son, the Lord be with thee, and do thou prosper, and build the house to the Lord thy God, as he hath spoken of thee. The Lord also give thee wisdom and understanding, that thou mayest be able to rule Israel, and to keep the law of the Lord thy God, for then thou shalt be able to prosper, if thou keep the commandments and judgments which the Lord commanded Moses to teach Israel. Take courage and act manfully. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Behold, I in my poverty have prepared the charges of the house of the Lord, of gold 100,000 talents, and of silver 1,000,000 of talents. But of brass and of iron there is no weight, for the abundance surpasseth all account. Timber also and stones I have prepared for all the charges. Thou hast also workmen in abundance, hewers of stones and masons and carpenters, and of all trades and most skillful in their work, in gold and in silver and in brass and in iron, whereof there is no number. Arise then, and be doing. And the Lord will be with thee. David also charged all the princes of Israel to help Solomon his son, saying, You see that the Lord your God is with you, and hath given you rest round about, and hath delivered all your enemies into your hands, and the land is subdued before the Lord and before his people. Give therefore your hearts and your souls to seek the Lord your God, and arise, and build a sanctuary to the Lord God, that the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and the vessels consecrated to the Lord, may be brought into the house which is built to the name of the Lord. And David, being old and full of days, made Solomon his son king over Israel. And he gathered together all the princes of Israel, and the priests and the Levites. And the Levites were numbered from the age of 30 years and upwards. And there were found of them 38,000 men. Of these 24,000 were chosen and distributed unto the ministry of the house of the Lord. And 6,000 were the overseers and judges. Moreover, 4,000 were porters, and as many singers singing to the Lord with the instruments which he had made to sing with. David distributed them into courses by the families of the sons of Levi, to wit, of Gerson, and of Kath, and of Merari. The sons of Gerson were Ledan and Semei. The sons of Ledan, the chief Jahiel, and Zathon, and Joel 3. The sons of Semei, Salomith, and Hosiel, and Aran 3. These were the heads of the families of Ledan. And the sons of Semei were Leheth, and Ziza, and Jaus, and Bariah. These were the sons of Semei 4. And Leheth was the first, Ziza the second. But Jaus and Bariah had not many children, and therefore they were counted in one family, and in one house. The sons of Kath were Amram, and Isar, and Hebron. And Oziel 4, the sons of Amram, Aaron, and Moses. And Aaron was separated to minister in the Holy of Holies, he and his sons forever, to burn incense before the Lord, according to his ceremonies, and to bless his name forever. The sons also of Moses, the man of God, were numbered in the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar. The sons of Gershom, Subuel the first, and the sons of Eleazar were Rehobiah the first, and Eleazar had no more sons. But the sons of Rehobiah were multiplied exceedingly. The sons of Isar, Salomith the first. The sons of Hebron, Jeriel the first, Amarias the second, Jahaziel the third, Jechmam the fourth. The sons of Oziel, Micah the first, Jesiah the second. The sons of Merari, Maholi, and Musi. The sons of Maholi, Eleazar and Sia. And Eleazar died, and had no sons but daughters. And the sons of Cis, their brethren, took them. The sons of Musi, Maholi, and Eder, Jeremoth 3. These are the sons of Levi, in their kindreds and families, princes by their courses, and the number of every head that did the works of the ministry of the house of the Lord, from 20 years old and upward. For David said, The Lord, the God of Israel, hath given rest to his people, and a habitation in Jerusalem forever. And it shall not be the office of the Levites to carry any more the tabernacle, and all the vessels of the service thereof. So, according to the last precepts of David, the sons of Levi are to be numbered from 20 years old and upward, and they are to be under the hand of the sons of Aaron, for the service of the house of the Lord, in the porches, and in the chambers, and in the place of purification, and in the sanctuary, and in all the works of the ministry of the temple of the Lord. And the priests have the charge of the leaves of proposition, and of the sacrifice of fine flour, and of the unleavened cakes, and of the frying pan, and of the roasting, and of every weight and measure. And the Levites are to stand in the morning to give thanks, and to sing praises to the Lord, and in like manner in the evening, as well in oblation of the holocaust of the Lord, as in the Sabbaths, and in the new moons, and the rest of the solemn nights, according to the number of the ceremonies prescribed for everything continually before the Lord. And let them keep the observances of the tabernacle of the covenant, and the ceremonies of the sanctuary, and the charge of the sons of Aaron their brethren, that they may minister in the house of the Lord. Now there were the divisions of the sons of Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and Eleazar and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died before their father, and had no children. So Eleazar and Ithamar did the office of the priesthood. And David distributed them, that is, Zadok of the sons of Eleazar, and Ahimelech the sons of Ithamar, according to their courses and ministry. And there were found many more of the sons of Eleazar among the principal men than of the sons of Ithamar. He divided them so that there were of the sons of Eleazar 16 chief men by their families, and of the sons of Ithamar 8 by their families and houses. And he divided both the families one with the other by lot. For there were princes of the sanctuary and princes of God, both of the sons of Eleazar and of the sons of Ithamar. And Semeas the son of Nathaniel, the scribe, a Levite, wrote them down before the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Ahimelech the son of Abiathar, the princes also of the priestly and of the Levitical families. One house, which was over the rest of Eleazar, and another house, which had the rest under it, of Ithamar. Now the first lot came forth to Joiarib, the second to Jedai, the third to Harim, the fourth to Seroim, the fifth to Melchiah, the sixth to Maiman, the seventh to Akos, the eighth to Abiah, the ninth to Jesua, the 10th to Sekeniah, the 11th to Eliasib, the 12th to Jakim, the 13th to Hopha, the 14th to Isbab, the 15th to Belga, the 16th to Emer, the 17th to Hezir, the 18th to Aphses, the 19th to Phetaiah, the 20th to Hezekiel, the 21st to Jakin, the 22nd to Gamul, the 23rd to Dalayu, the 24th to Maziu. These are their courses, according to their ministries, to come into the house of the Lord, and according to their manner, under the hand of Aaron their father, as the Lord the God of Israel had commanded. Now the rest of the sons of Levi, there was of the sons of Amram, Subael, and of the sons of Subael, Jehediah, also of the sons of Rehobiah, the chief Jesias, the son of Isar, Salamoth, the son of Salamoth, Jahath, and his son Jerial the first, Amarias the second, Jahaziel the third, Jechman the fourth, the son of Oziel, Micah, the son of Micah, Samir, the brother of Micah, Jesiah, the son of Jesiah, Zacharias, the sons of Merari, Moholi, and Musi, the son of Oziel, Beno, the son also of Merari, Oziel, and Seim, and Zakur, and Hebri, and the son of Moholi, Eleazar, who had no sons, and the son of Kis, Jeramiel, the sons of Musi, Moholi, Eder, and Jeremoth. These are the sons of Levi, according to the houses of their families. And they also cast lots over against their brethren, the sons of Aaron, before David the king, and Sadok, and Ahimelech, and the princes of the priestly and Levitical families, both the elder and the younger. The lot divided all equally. Moreover, David and the chief officers of the army separated for the ministry the sons of Asaph, and of Heman, and of Idithun, to prophesy with harps, with psalteries, with cymbals according to their number, serving in their appointed office. Of the sons of Asaph, Zakur, and Joseph, and Nathaniah, and Asarela, sons of Asaph, under the hand of Asaph, prophesying near the king. And of Idithun, the sons of Idithun, Godalias, Serph, Jezias, and Hasabias, and Mathathias, 6, under the hand of their father Idithun, who prophesied with a harp, to give thanks and to praise the Lord. Of Heman also, the sons of Heman, Bokiao, Mathanio, Oziel, Subuel, and Jeremoth, Hananias, Hanani, Eliathah, Gedelthi, and Romamtheazer, and Jesbakasa, Melothi, Othir, Mazahazioth. All these were the sons of Haman, the seer of the king, in the words of God, to lift up the horn. And God gave to Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these under their father's hand were distributed to sing in the temple of the Lord with cymbals and psalteries and harps, for the service of the house of the Lord near the king, to wit, Asaph, and Idithun, and Heman, and the number of them with their brethren, that taught the song of the Lord. All the teachers were 288. And they cast lots by their courses, the elder equally with the younger, the learned and the unlearned together. And the first lot came forth to Joseph, who was of Asaph. The second to Godalias, to him and his sons and his brethren 12. The third to Zakur, to his sons and his brethren 12. The fourth to Isari, to his sons and his brethren 12. The fifth to Nathaniah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The sixth to Bokiao, to his sons and his brethren 12. The seventh to Israela, to his sons and his brethren 12. The eighth to Jesiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The ninth to Mathanias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 10th to Semeas, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 11th to Azariel, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 12th to Hasabiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 13th to Sabuel, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 14th to Mathathias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 15th to Jeremoth, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 16th to Hananias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 17th to Jesbakasa, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 18th to Hanani, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 19th to Medlothi, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 20th to Eliathah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 21st to Othir, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 22nd to Gedelethi, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 23 to Hamazioth, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 24 to Romamethieser, to his sons and his brethren 12. And the divisions of the porters of the Korites, Mesalemia, the son of Korah, the sons of Asaph, the sons of Mesalemia, Zecharias the firstborn, Jadiel the second, Zabadias the third, Jathaniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Johanan the sixth, Elionai the seventh, and the sons of Obededom, Semias the firstborn, Jozabad the second, Joha the third, Sakar the fourth, Nathaniel the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Pholathi the eighth, and for the Lord had blessed him. And to Semei his son were born sons, herds of their families, for they were men of great valor. The sons then of Semeus were Othni, and Raphael, and Obed, Elizabad, and his brethren most valiant men, and Eliu, and Samachias. All these are the sons of Obededom, they and their sons and their brethren most able men for servants, 62 of Obededom. And the sons of Mesalemia, and their brethren strong men, were 18. And of Ahosa, that is, of the sons of Merari, Semri the chief, for he had not a firstborn, and therefore his father made him chief. Helkias the second, Tabelius the third, Zacharias the fourth, all these the sons and the brethren of Hosah were 13. Among these were the divisions of the porters, so that the chiefs of the wards, as well as their brethren, always ministered in the house of the Lord, and they cast lots equally, both little and great, by their families for every one of the gates. And the lot of the east fell to Selemius, but to his son Zacharias, a very wise and learned man, the north gate fell by lot, and to Obededom and his sons that towards the south, in which part of the house was the council of the ancients, to Sephim and Hulsah towards the west, by the gate which leadeth to the way of the ascent, ward against ward. Now towards the east were 6 Levites, and towards the north 4 a day, and towards the south likewise 4 a day. And where the council was, 2 and 2, and the cells also of the porters toward the west 4 in the way, and 2 at every cell. These are the divisions of the porters of the sons of Korah and of Merari. Now Achias was over the treasures of the house of God, and the holy vessels. The sons of Ledan, the sons of Gersoni. Of Ledan were heads of the families of Ledan and Gersoni, Jehieli. The sons of Jehieli, Zathan and Joel, his brethren, over the treasures of the house of the Lord. With the Amoramites, the Issarites, the Hebronites, and Ozelites, and the Subael, the son of Gersom, the son of Moses, was chief over the treasures. His brethren also Eleazar, whose son Rehobiah, and his son Isaias, and his son Joram, and his son Zechri, and his son Selemith, which Selemith and his brethren were over the treasures of the holy things, which King David, and the heads of families, and the captains over thousands and over hundreds, and captains of the host had dedicated out of the wars and the spoils won in battles, which they had consecrated to the building and furniture of the temple of the Lord. And all these things that Samuel the seer, and Saul the son of Cis, and Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Sarvia had sanctified, and whosoever had sanctified those things, they were under the hand of Selemith and his brethren. But Conanias and his sons were over the Izharites, for the business abroad over Israel to teach them and judge them. And of the Hebronites, Hasabias, and his brethren most able men, 1,700, had the charge over Israel beyond the Jordan westward, in all the works of the Lord, and for the service of the king. And the chief of the Hebronites was Jeriah, according to their families and kindreds. In the 40th year of the reign of David, they were numbered, and there were found most valiant men in Jazer Galad, and his brethren of stronger age, 2,700 chiefs of families. King David made them rulers over the Reubenites and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, for all the service of God and the king. Now the children of Israel, according to their number, the heads of families, captains of thousands and of hundreds, officers that served the king according to their companies, who came in and went out every month in the year under every chief, were 24,000. Over the first company, the first month, Jezboam, the son of Zabdiel, was chief, and under him were 24,000. Of the sons of Phares, the chief of all the captains in the host in the first month, the company of the second month was under Dudiah, and a Hohite, and after him was another named Machaloth, who commanded a part of the army of 24,000. And the captain of the third company for the third month was Benanias, the son of Joiada, the priest, and in his division were 24,000. This is that Benanias, the most valiant among the 30, and above the 30. And Amizabad, his son, commanded his company. For the fourth month was Asahel, the brother of Joab, and Zabadias, his son, after him. And in his company were 24,000. The fifth captain for the fifth month was Samoath, a Jezreelite, and his company were 24,000. The sixth for the sixth month was Hira, the son of Akes, a Theku, and in his company were 24,000. The seventh for the seventh month was Heles, a Phelonite of the sons of Ephraim, and in his company were 24,000. The eighth for the eighth month was Sobokai, a Husathite of the race of Zarahi, and in his company were 24,000. The ninth for the ninth month was Abiezer, an Anathothite of the sons of Jemini, and his company were 24,000. The 10th for the 10th month was Marai, who was a Netophathite of the race of Zarai, and in his company were 24,000. The 11th for the 11th month was Banias, Pharathonite of the sons of Ephraim, and in his company were 24,000. The 12th for the 12th month was Huladai, a Netophathite of the race of Gothoniel, and in his company were 24,000. Now the chiefs over the tribes of Israel were these. Over the Reubenites, Eleazar the son of Zechari was ruler. Over the Simeonites, Saphatius the son of Makkah. Over the Levites, Hasabias the son of Kamuel. Over the Aaronites, Sadok. Over Judah, Eliu the brother of David. Over Issachar, Omri the son of Michael. Over the Zebulonites, Jesmias the son of Adias. Over the Naphtalites, Jeremoth the son of Ozriel. Over the sons of Ephraim, Osi the son of Ozazio. Over the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joel the son of Phadiah. And over the half-tribe of Manasseh in Galad, Jadol the son of Zacharias. And over Benjamin, Jaziel the son of Abner. And over Dan, Ezrahel the son of Jeroham. These were the princes of the children of Israel. But David would not number them from 20 years old and under, because the Lord had said that he would multiply Israel like the stars of heaven. Joab the son of Sarvia began to number, but he finished not, because upon this there fell wrath upon Israel, and therefore the number of them that were numbered was not registered in the Chronicles of King David. And over the king's treasures was Asmoth the son of Adiel, and over those stores which were in the cities, and is the villages, and is the castles, was Jonathan the son of Ozias. And over the tillage, and the husbandman who tilled the ground, was Ezri the son of Chelub. And over the dressers of the vineyards was Semias, a Romathite. And over the wine cellars, Zabdias, an Aphonite. And over the olive yards and the fig groves which were in the plains was Balanam, the Gederite. And over the oil cellars, Joaz. And over the herds that fed in Saron was Setrai, a Saronite. And over the oxen in the valleys, Saphat, the son of Aldi. And over the camels, Ubiel, an Ishmaelite. And over the asses, Jarias, a Meronothite. And over the sheep, Jaziah, and Agarin. All these were the rulers of the substance of King David. And Jonathan, David's uncle, a counselor, a wise and learned man, He and Jahiel, the son of Hachmoni, were with the king's sons, and Achitophel was the king's counselor, and Kusai the Archite the king's friend. And after Achitophel was Joiada the son of Benaias, and Abiathar, and the general of the king's army was Joab. And David assembled all the chief men of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and the captains of the companies who waited on the king, and the captains over thousands and over hundreds, and them who had the charge over the substance and possessions of the king, and his sons were the officers of the court, and the men of power, and all the bravest of the army at Jerusalem. And the king, rising up and standing, said, Hear me, my brethren and my people. I had a thought to have built a house in which the ark of the Lord and the footstool of our God might rest. And I prepared all things for the building. And God said to me, Thou shalt not build a house to my name, because thou art a man of war and hast shed blood. But the Lord God of Israel chose me of all the house of my father, to be king over Israel forever. For of Judah he chose the princes, and of the house of Judah my father's house. And among the sons of my father it pleased him to choose me king over all Israel. And among my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. And he said to me, Solomon thy son shall build my house, and my courts. For I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be a father to him. And I will establish his kingdom forever, if he continue to keep my commandments and my judgments as at this day. Now then, before all the assembly of Israel, in the hearing of our God, keep ye and seek all the commandments of the Lord our God, that you may possess the good land, and may leave it to your children after you forever. And thou, my son Solomon, know the Lord, know the God of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and a willing mind. For the Lord searcheth all hearts, and understandeth all the thoughts of minds. If thou seek him, thou shalt find him. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever. Now therefore, seeing the Lord hath chosen thee to build the house of the sanctuary, take courage and do it. David gave to Solomon his son a description of the porch, and of the temple, and of the treasures, and of the upper floor, and of the inner chambers, and of the house for the mercy seat, as also of all the courts which he had in his thought, of the chambers round about, for the treasures of the house of the Lord, and for the treasures of the consecrated things, and of the divisions of the priests and of the Levites, for all the works of the house of the Lord, and for all the vessels of the service of the temple of the Lord, gold by weight for every vessel for the ministry, and silver by weight according to the diversity of the vessels and uses. He gave also gold for the golden candlesticks and their lamps, according to the dimensions of every candlestick, and the lamps thereof. In like manner also he gave silver by weight for the silver candlesticks, and for the lamps according to the diversity of the dimensions of them. He gave also gold for the tables of proposition, according to the diversity of the temples. In like manner also silver for other tables of silver, for flesh hooks also, and bowls and censers of fine gold, and for little lions of gold, according to the measure he gave by weight for every lion. In like manner also for lions of silver he set aside a different weight of silver, and for the altar of incense he gave the purest gold, and to make the likeness of the chariot of the cherubims, spreading their wings and covering the ark of the covenant of the Lord. All these things, said he, came to me written by the hand of the Lord, that I might understand all the works of the pattern. And David said to Solomon his son, Act like a man, and take courage, and do. Fear not, and be not dismayed, for the Lord my God will be with thee, and will not leave thee, nor forsake thee, till thou hast finished all the work for the service of the house of the Lord. Behold, the courses of the priests and the Levites, for every ministry of the house of the Lord, stand by thee, and already, and both the princes and the people know how to execute all thy commandments. And King David said to all the assembly, Solomon my son, whom alone God hath chosen, is as yet young and tender, and the work is great, for a house is prepared not for man, but for God. And I with all my ability have prepared the expenses for the house of my God. Gold for vessels of gold, and silver for vessels of silver, brass for things of brass, iron for things of iron, wood for things of wood, onyx stones for stone, and stones like alabaster, and of divers colors, and all manner of precious stones, and marble of Paros in great abundance. Now over and above the things which I have offered into the house of my God, I give of my own proper goods, gold and silver for the temple of my God, beside what things I have prepared for the holy house, 3,000 talents of gold of the gold of Ophir, and 7,000 talents of refined silver, to overlay the walls of the temple, and gold for wheresoever there is need of gold, and silver for wheresoever there is need of silver, for the works to be made by the hands of the artificers. Now, if any man is willing to offer, let him fill his hand today, and offer what he pleaseth to the Lord. Then the heads of the families, and the princes of the tribes of Israel, and the captains of thousands, and of hundreds, and the overseers of the king's possessions, promised, and they gave for the works of the house of the Lord of gold 5,000 talents, 10,000 solids, of silver 10,000 talents, and of brass 18,000 talents, and of iron 100,000 talents. And all they that had stones gave them to the treasures of the house of the Lord, by the hand of Jehiel and the Gershonite. And the people rejoiced when they promised their offerings willingly, because they offered them to the Lord with all their heart. And David the king rejoiced also with a great joy. And he blessed the Lord before all the multitude, and he said, Blessed art thou, O Lord, the God of Israel, our Father, from eternity to eternity. Thine, O Lord, is magnificence and power and glory and victory. And to thee is praise for all that is in heaven, and in earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom, O Lord, and thou art above all princes. Thine are riches, and thine is glory, and thou hast dominion over all. In thy hand is power and might, in thy hand greatness, and the empire of all things. Now therefore, our God, we give thanks to thee, and we praise thy glorious name. Who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to promise thee all these things? All things are thine, and we have given thee what we received of thy hand. For we are sojourners before thee, and strangers, as were all our fathers. Our days upon earth are as a shadow, and there is no stay. O Lord our God, all this store that we have prepared to build thee a house, for thy holy name, is from thy hand, and all things are thine. I know, my God, that thou provest hearts, and lovest simplicity, wherefore I also, in the simplicity of my heart, have joyfully offered all these things. And I have seen with great joy thy people, which are here present, offer thee their offerings. O Lord God of Abraham, and of Isaac, and of Israel our fathers, keep forever this will of their heart, and let this mind remain always for the worship of thee. And give to Solomon my son a perfect heart, that he may keep thy commandments, thy testimonies, and thy ceremonies, and do all things, and build the house for which I have provided the charges. And David commanded all the assembly, Bless ye the Lord our God, and all the assembly blessed the Lord, the God of their fathers. And they bowed themselves and worshipped God, then the king. And they sacrificed victims to the Lord, and they offered holocausts the next day, 1,000 bullocks, 1,000 rams, 1,000 lambs, with their libations, and with everything prescribed most abundantly for all Israel. And they ate and drank before the Lord that day with great joy. And they anointed the second time Solomon the son of David. And they anointed him to the Lord to be prince, and Zadok to be high priest. And Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king instead of David his father, and he pleased all, and all Israel obeyed him. And all the princes and men of power, and all the sons of King David gave their hand, and were subject to Solomon the king. And the Lord magnified Solomon over all Israel, and gave him the glory of a reign, such as no king of Israel had before him. So David the son of Isai reigned over all Israel. And the days that he reigned over Israel were 40 years. In Hebron he reigned 7 years, and in Jerusalem 30 years. And he died in a good age, full of days, riches, and glory. And Solomon his son reigned in his stead. Now the acts of King David first and last are written in the book of Samuel the seer, in the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer, and of all his reign and his valor, and of the times that passed under him, either in Israel or in all the kingdoms of the countries. All right, so there we are. We finished the first book of Chronicles. Very interesting book there. Man, you know, I never remembered the Chronicles books to be so full of like genealogies. But that was basically the first third of the book, really. from chapter 1 to, I want to say, like, chapter 13, chapter 14. It was just lots and lots of genealogies going back to the sons of Israel. You do get a little bit of story, like, about midway there. And you get a lot of wonderful, like, praises and prayers that are spoken from with David and his rise to power. And there's some, like, kind of memorable prayers here. Even this last, even looking at, like, the last chapter here, or second to last chapter, I believe, is chapter 28 there. So yeah, I think this might be one of the hardest books of the Bible. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's definitely some gold in here as well. You kind of have to dig for it, though, and I think it's definitely worth a revisit. It's very complex, I've got to say. So thanks for joining me for this reading of 2 Chronicles. Forget what day it is. We're almost halfway through, I believe, our 30-day challenge. We'll continue the next day reading the entirety of 2 Chronicles, which is even longer than 1 Chronicles. Or at least it's got more chapters. I'm not sure if it's longer, but it's got more chapters. Something like 36 chapters. So I'll see you guys next time as we continue our Bible reading. So long.